Hello there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen,
Guess who's back?
back
Back.
again.
Shake
Mowgli's back.
their little friend. What story, Luke?
What is happening? How are you this evening?
I'm good. I'm good.
And we hope that the rest of you are well.
Yes, another Friday. Another Friday.
Another
Payday.
Friday. Payday. Payday. Last Friday of the month. Last day of the month.
Yeah, it's always a good day. It's always a good day. And we want to start off your Friday good on the Time Podcast.
And with that note, somebody is going to be walking away with a voucher.
Yes,
Because
big, it's the end of the month.
we
Raffle
are
day.
going to do the Patreon draw.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks again for each and every one of you who sign up and keep this thing going. But we have an interesting topic for you this week.
We have a
We are
very interesting topic.
Yes, we are going to do our top five Pearl Jam songs, mine and Luke's. So, Lukey Luke, we're going to start off at number five. I go,
Oh,
I go, you go, right? And we'll have a crack, right?
right. Okay. Okay. Let's go.
So, my number five is I Am Mine from Riot Act. I love it
Oh,
live. I love it live. Better live than studio.
she's very good.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit out of left field, but it's so hard, right? Before we get any further, it's so freaking hard to pick a top five of any band. And this type top five could be different tomorrow. I'd say it would be top.
Yeah, it probably mine would probably be the same as in like it would be different.
But are you familiar with that song? I Am Mine, yeah.
No, no, I'm not so much because as I would have said to you, like probably 10 would be the
Yeah,
record and the what should I say? The I have that rear view mirror great, which is their sort of greatest hits, isn't it?
yeah, yes. But it's a slower song with it's a nice kind of a, I suppose it's kind of, what would it be called? Would it be called rock and roll at that stage? Right, that kind of softer, but his performance and the melody, and it's kind of theatrical as well. It's a very good song. So that's my number five, Luke.
Yeah. Mm,
So what's your number five, me boy?
oh, trying to think. Trying to think. My number five is probably Better Man.
Right, interesting.
Yeah,
Good song, very good song.
I would say that is yeah. I would say that's probably my number five. I just think it's brilliant. You're the one who actually introduced me to that one.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I didn't know it. I'm trying to think of like some of the ones that they would have played when we went to see them in Madrid.
Yeah, such a
You know,
massive
like
set as
we
well.
got a nearly sort of got everything that I wanted to get.
Yeah, we really did. Um, right. So my number four is off Fatality as well, and it's another man, but it's Nothing Man.
Nothing, man.
Yeah, another slow one. Um, Nothing, man. Yeah, it's almost a ballady kind of slow one as well. I'm on a slow ballad day today, but
Yeah.
very good song. Again, live, it's brilliant. I've heard it a few times. I did see them. It kind of builds, the chorus builds, but the verses are quite slow. It's good song. So that is my number four, Luke.
Good tune. My number four is going to be Alive.
Very good,
And
very good.
that was a there was a bit of a fight between it and once.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Uh, Great song. Um, yeah, look at 10. What an album.
I
Fucking
think
brilliant.
do you know what sort of got piqued my interest with it? Pearl Jam, apart from even Flow being on, I think Guitar Hero 3, if I remember, or Guitar Hero 4, and I loved it. But I was infatuated with the drums and in particular the sound. You know,
Right.
the snare drum, a real loud pop, and there was a lot of
Mm,
dancing, a lot of embellishments on the hi hats. That sort of
mm.
thing. That it was a a unique groove to my ears at the time when I came across Pearl Jam.
That's Matt Cameron, isn't it? On 10, yeah. No, no.
David Brucey, I think, played on
Oh,
10 for most of it.
uh,
Or who did we say that the drummer before it? Dave Cruson, wasn't it? Or
no, it wasn't a Brucey. A Brucey done versus Jesus. Let me see.
was it Cruson with a
Uh,
K?
Jesus, I just can't remember right now. That many albums I'm looking at. Let me see. There's people shouting down the radio right now. Line up, line up, line up, line up, line up, line up. Personal.
Yeah, Dave Cruson. I was
Yeah,
on the money.
man, looky, look. Don't know
Yeah,
why. Yeah, Ambrosisi. So yeah, good song. Yeah, look at it's iconic. The music video, everything about it is fucking brilliant, isn't it?
ah,
So
I'm
three,
still alive.
my number three is Better Man
Oh, very good.
from Fatality. Again, yeah, we chatted about it. It's
So good though.
another slow one. I tell you, mine so far are very similar songs. I am mine, Nothing Man, and Better Man. Two
But
men.
in fairness, you can understand it with Vedder's vocals, can't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like you know, I from the hopefully some of you have listened the verses review that I did with Robbie and Dave, and that I was learning, researching and stuff that there kind of was a few rows during that album about like kind of Vedder taking control of the band
That's
during
very interesting.
yeah. So like Stone Gossard and Jeff Ament were the band leaders from the start,
Okay.
and and Eddie was trying to pull them into a new direction, kind of going that more poppy rock kind of rock and roll as the years went on with Pearl Jam. Like he was the one that kind of pulled them away from the grunge and stuff like that.
Yes.
And it was interesting, that how that happened, I suppose, and how the boys actually just kind of rolled with it and kind of went right. This boy knows what he's at. Let's just go. After the history that Stone Gossard and Jeff Ament had from the early days with Andrew Wood and Temple of the Dog and stuff like that. But this new book came on the scene after one album was driving the band in another direction, and obviously proved to be right.
So they were sort of button heads on a few things.
Yeah, and I think as far as I know, Eddie was the one that kind of said Dave proceeds is he has to go kind of thing at the end of
He's
it.
yeah, Brucey had to go with the alcoholism and bits and pieces.
Yeah, and I think he just didn't fit the circle. Like some of the songs on Versus, like they're kind of taking the piss of him about the guns and glorified G, and he was completely different to what Eddie was about. As in, Eddie sings about you know doing good deeds, and you know he wouldn't be one for gun, put it that way. I'd imagine he'd be totally anti-gun, totally anti-war, all that stuff. Where I think Dave was a bit more
Bit
down.
more Republican, staunch NRA man.
He was on the border.
I
He'd
was
one
gonna
foot.
say, um, remember I had told you this before. I don't think we'd spoke of it in the podcast, but here is a fun fact that David Brucey had commented on one of my Facebook posts
Right?
about a drum that I had and had made a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And he was having a similar one made by the same manufacturer or something. And clearly went to do a bit of digging anyway and came across my post and had commented on it. And I couldn't believe it. But yeah, it was him. So the guy I watched as a kid is like, after
Yeah.
coming across you on Facebook to see
Yeah.
the drums that you're on, being like, yeah, this is really cool and sounds great. You're like, what?
Yeah, yeah, that's mad. Yeah, actually, Robbie, who was on that podcast, he was saying that he used to be very frequent and posting a lot of stuff, but he's kind of gone off the radar again, I think.
Yeah, I think he's gone on off the radar again and seems to be one of these characters that will be asked about certain things and then he sort of comes with it as like, yeah, like if I had been a better person or if I hadn't have been drinking so much, I wouldn't have got put out by Pearl Jam. And he
Mm.
can be sort of humble about it and really praise the band. And then I think, as you say, depending what day of the week it is or what mood he's in, he might decide to throw them under the bus or
Yeah. He
claim
was
unfair dismissal or
I, I've only really got deep into like verses, but there's some serious drumming in verses.
great drummer. If you listen to that MTV live set or
Yeah,
any of those live shows during that era, he was very, very good.
very good. Right, what are we up to, Luke? So is it your number three now, is it?
My number three. So my number three, um, it's very hard to very hard to decide two and three. So I'm gonna have to go along with this and throw a spanner in the works. But I cannot decide which order, whether it is Jeremy or even flow.
All right, pick one. We have to make the list.
Right, I'll go with even flow at number three.
Very good. Yeah. I love the opening 3 or 4 seconds of that song.
Well, let me tell you one thing. When we were at Mad Cool, and I know we weren't sauced, but we were having good fun. It was our first day on holidays.
Yeah.
I could not get over how good Matt Cameron was.
Yeah.
For a man of that age, at fucking nearly 1 in the morning, 12 they came on at like midnight
Yeah, it took for it fucking forever for
for
them.
forever for them to come on. And the
Yeah.
power that he played with in 30 odd degree heat at that hour of the night, like it was roasting.
And there was some crowd at that. There was probably 70,000 there.
Oh, easy,
It was
easy.
fucking huge crowd. Like
It was madness. But
it was
I
bright.
just with even flow in particular, I remember paying attention to it, and he didn't miss one beat, and just the power behind his deliverance was
Yeah.
outrageous. That's what I took from that performance was another sort of kick in the ass or getting to see someone who's at that level being like, hey, there's levels to this. Like
Yeah.
every blow, every hit, that is all intention. And
Yeah.
if that's where you want to be, that's what you got to be putting into your playing.
And they were fucking road dogging that summer too.
So Veto was unbelievable in the Chicago Cubs baseball jersey and the hat, and just
Yeah. Cool.
McCready, and they were all unreal.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. Go on.
number two.
I was just gonna say one thing before I
Sorry,
say
go
this.
on ahead. Go on ahead.
That Mike McCready sometimes doesn't get the flowers that he deserves. Like, my God, he can play that fucking guitar.
Oh man, there was a couple of bits. Remember the sort of let him take a minute or
Yeah,
two and do his own thing.
yeah, unreal, unfucking real.
And his 600 guitars. Imagine being Mike's tech. Mike seemed to have a new guitar for every song.
He did. Was it Strats he was using?
A lot of strats. Yeah, he had a couple of Les Pauls too, but a lot of strats.
Hmm. So my number two is Once.
Very good.
Yeah, what a song. Opens
Was.
opens the again. I really think this band is like way better live. Like
Which
it's
is hard for some people to comprehend.
yeah, like that song, like it's a brilliant song on the album. It opens 10, you know, but that song live, Jesus Christ, it's unbelievable.
So good,
Un-
isn't it?
and it fucking just comes out in fifth gear. You know what I mean? It's just bang, you know.
Take the
Love
head
it.
clean off you.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Just good, heavy. Probably one of the heavier songs on the album, I'd say,
I
is
would
it?
say so. Yeah, definitely off 10. Yeah.
Even the vocal performances,
You're
aggressive.
actually putting me in the form now to go and re-listen to 10 the whole way.
But I would only for me son scratched it on Christmas Day. Yeah, toe in the hole yet, so he will.
You'll give him a trimming when he's about 22, and you go, that's for Christmas morning 2024.
And not sleeping for 3 years.
Yeah, you
But
broke me
that's my
heart
number
in the
two.
first 6 years.
Yeah, that's my number two. So give me your
My
number two,
number two is Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Jeremy
Yeah.
spoken class.
Boom, doo, doo, boom, boom. Boom, bing, bong. Yeah, and iconic. That's bass, isn't it?
It sounds like the bass, yeah.
I think it is bass. Yeah. Um, and it's that. What do you call that? Pick
A
off so
harmonic,
harmonics.
pinch
Yeah,
harmonic, just a
class.
harmonic.
Yeah, great song, great video, great story in the song. Like when you're younger and you sing that song, you don't really know what the fuck it's about. But
Yeah, no clue until I think we went through that, didn't we, when we were talking about it? It's like,
yeah,
what?
I did know that, but yeah, it took me a long time to figure out. Oh, it's about this. Oh shit. Okay. Wow. Wow. Well, my number one, and I'm looking at my list and like I miss so much, like, but your top five in the moment. But my number one is Release.
I was thinking that was going to be in there for you.
Yeah, no, it's fucking brilliant. I just love it. Again, live is so much better. Pearl Jam are a live band.
Yeah. Why is it Eddie is in that small category where he's actually better live?
I think he feeds off the crowd.
Maybe that's it.
I think he just gets like fucking supercharged from a fucking live audience and he goes to another fucking stratosphere.
Yeah, he's ridiculous, isn't he?
He just, you can see he loves the fans. And stay tuned because some of our Pearl Jam super fans have some great stories coming up. But from what I heard, he's a gentleman to his fans. Like I'll just tell you one story is that I know a certain man who was in Amsterdam to see Pearl Jam, and it was the day that Chris Cornell died.
No way. So, as I said to you that day, I'll always remember it. I landed in Newark, New Jersey, to
Yeah,
go see Metallica on the Worldwide tour in
yeah.
2017, which was about 3 weeks before we leave in South, believe it or not.
But so this fella was in Amsterdam, and Pearl Jam is scheduled to play in Amsterdam, and they get the word that morning that Chris Cornell had passed away, and everyone was like, "What's happening? Is the gig going to go ahead?" Blah 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 blah. Because the two boys were fucking best friends nearly.
Very
And
close.
this fella happened to bump into Eddie in the shop,
No way.
and the word had got out that he was going to go ahead with the gig, and the guy just went up and gave Eddie a hug and said,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear about your friend." And Eddie just hugged him back and like started crying nearly.
No
He's like,
way.
"Thanks so much." He's like, "Thanks so much." You know, that's fucking cool.
Jeez, that's sad, isn't it?
It's
But like
sad,
very, very genuine.
genuine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like when I heard that story, I was like, that's that's not a superstar. That's a friend who lost his best friend, who's just been
Yeah.
great. And
Yeah. Who was
what I'm
just being,
trying to what I'm trying to get at is that how he connects with the fans,
yes.
where he appreciates the fans, and you know, Jesus, you'd imagine a superstar like Eddie losing your best friend, and the last thing you want to do is see a stranger and hug him. But he obviously has that connection with the fans, and he embraced in that moment and made a moment. I thought it was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, 100%. No, that is some story.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. But back to my number one Release. Yeah, it does something to me. It always did. But it's a brilliant song. Vocals, everything, just the fucking brilliant. So
That's
that's my
your
number one.
that's your favorite.
Mm-hmm. What's yours? Me by.
Mine is Black.
Right, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Off the 10 album or off the MTV Live?
Oh, MTV Live.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
What a fucking performance.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
You know when he goes off at the end?
Yeah. From the blackboard and
He
just
was like,
yeah.
"We belong together."
Yeah, that one he goes crazy and like the
Oh,
notes he hits.
but it's so fucking real. Whoever that song is about, that I don't know.
Oh,
Like, it's just the heartbreak in his voice, and he just goes off on one. It's
when he
unbelievable.
when he takes into that was the first time I'd heard that song. I hadn't heard it, the studio
Oh,
album. And as you know, a lot of my introduction for some songs have been live versions. So it's been hard to come back to the studio versions. But
yeah.
at the start of the second verse,
Mm,
when he does I take a walk outside and he hits the big high run
yes.
and the wee ooh, like,
Yeah.
all of that stuff is just
Theatrical. Yeah.
unbelievable. Yeah, very theatrical.
But when he goes off on that one at the end, we belong. We why? Oh Jesus! It just be like you just
And
I
the notes, when
say
you know,
he could never recreate that if he tried.
yeah, it's hard to know. I'd say he'd be close with some of them, but the like of why can't it be mine? And
Yeah,
the
that's
way
the thing
he
when it goes
holds
off.
he
Yeah,
holds mine, and then it
goes up.
changes with the chord into and
Mm.
then the big shout at the end of it. But as I know you're talking about going on, but it's just outrageously good.
It's probably one of the best. It has to be up there in the top 10 of fucking top 15 live performances of a song. I
That's
think.
why I had serious crack playing it with Nigel.
Yeah, that was fuck me. That was Jesus. If any of our listeners there haven't heard that, go
I
scan.
wonder, have we uploaded that on YouTube? I must have a look.
Jesus, we definitely should.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
maybe
No,
we haven't. Maybe
I
it's
don't
just on
think we have.
Instagram.
Jesus, we'll get that up this week.
We'll have
Definitely.
to get that up. Yeah,
Nigel's a fucking the
a
gem.
gentleman, a gentleman, and a
He's
wealth of talent.
yeah. But that was good crack, Luke. I enjoyed that one. I liked it.
Yeah, yeah, they were good lists.
Yeah, no, definitely. We could even, yeah, we'll do a job on this, maybe get it out as an episode. But right, we have the monthly draw.
Ba ba ba.
So
Bing.
we have let me just see now. We have do you want to do
The number generator.
yeah, boy. Where the fuck is it? Oh Jesus, hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, there, it's right in front of me. Yeah, so we've one Fanon, two Ahmed, three Phil, four Kevin O'Hanlon, five Keen Rafferty, six Dave English, seven Aaron McKenna, eight Robbie Levy, nine Robbie Keenan, 10 John Larkin, 11 Conor Vernon, 12 Irene, 13 Robert Byron, 14 Keen Halfpenny, and 15 Luke McKenna. So between 1 and 15 there, my old flower.
Oh, 1 and 15. Right? I'm going to generate her to the random number. Big, three big ones to make sure she's good and mixed up.
Did you see our friends are doing a very important draw tonight, our
Oh,
sponsors?
very important one. G-Wagon.
275,000 or that G Wagon and a fucking Audi A8 or something. 275 cash.
The
Right,
winner
have
of
we a
this
winner?
week's draw is number 3.
Number 3, Phil the Power.
No way.
Yeah, that's a double winner. Fair play to Phil.
Phil won
Thanks,
again.
thanks again, Phil, for supporting the podcast. Fair play. So we'll get chatting to Phil, and he has the choice of probably the handiest thing is well a CD or a
Voucher.
a
All
voucher for
he'll
a
want.
friend.
Box
Yeah,
of cigarettes. Nearly the price of a voucher.
€20 voucher. So
20
thanks.
euro voucher for the shop.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed that one. Give us your top 5. What would your top 5 be? Leave a comment.
Yeah, let us know what your top 5 would be and we'll get it going.
Yeah, or send us an email at thatsamepodcast@gmail.com with your top 5 or any topics you'd like to talk about, or tell us how your grass is
I'm
growing.
just after remembering that there's a man who owes me money for a bet for the Super Bowl. That is absolutely great.
Did I take the Chiefs?
No, not you. Somebody else.
Oh, that was fucking me.
No, not you. I would have had you con there if I was a real bad bastard.
No, because I would have said I would have went with the Eagles because I don't like the fucking Chiefs.
Yeah, you're not a fan of them.
You just don't like the ones that are winning. This is what our old buddy Clint Wells is heartbroken about the Luka.
Oh, he's heartbroken about Luka Doncic going to the
I
lake,
was,
and rightly so. I can't get
I,
over it either.
I was listening to his podcast today. Actually, I was
Yeah,
working
I
on it.
must watch. I must listen to the one where he went into depth on it.
Oh, the 90s radio station. Yeah, check out Metal Up Your podcast. It's very good. It's a friend of ours over in America in Nashville. He does a Metallica podcast. But on this episode, he almost runs it as like a radio station, look, where he's chatting and plays 90s rock. Uh, some cracking tunes that you'd be like, Jesus. Like not heavy stuff, kind of
But I
soft.
haven't heard that in a while, sort of thing.
Yeah. And then he's drinking as well. It's funny. He's drinking a bottle of wine and you can hear him getting drunker and drunker.
Getting
But
annoyed.
oh, he's so fucking pissed. He's like, oh, why? Like, why? It's all about money. And he's going on about, oh, your man's brothers are fucking corrupt. And I was laughing coming down the road. But yeah, check him out. It's very good. Very
All of the
funny.
mad stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's it for this week's members only podcast. So thanks again and stay tuned and we'll catch you on the next one.
We'll chat to you soon. Good luck.
Good luck.